In a world where the maritime industry still bears the echoes of a male-dominated past, one woman has rewritten the rules with brilliance, grace, and unrelenting drive. Chief Mrs. Jean Chiasur Anishere San is not just a name that commands respect in legal and maritime circles, she is a symbol of excellence, equity, and transformation. From shaping legal frameworks that guide trade and shipping to mentoring young women across Africa, Jean Anishere's influence radiates far beyond Nigeria's coastline. At every turn, she has shown that the ocean of opportunity is wide enough for everyone provided someone is bold enough to chart new waters. Chief Mrs. Jean Chiasur Anishere's story is one of purpose and persistence. A scholar, writer, advocate, and administrator, she stands among Nigeria's foremost maritime lawyers, a senior advocate of Nigeria with global recognition for her legal expertise and industry foresight. Armed with a law degree from Obafemi Awolowo University, an LL.M. from the University of Lagos, and a master's in transport management from Ladoke Kintola University, she brought rare academic depth into an industry that demands both legal precision and operational understanding. Her professional journey began at a time when maritime law was still emerging as a distinct field in Nigeria. With foresight, she focused her legal practice on admiralty, trade, and transport law, areas that would later make her indispensable to the country's evolving blue economy. Anishere's name is etched in the architecture of maritime jurisprudence in Nigeria. She is the editor-in-chief of Admiralty Law Reports of Nigeria, the nation's only compendium of judgments in maritime and shipping cases from the Federal High Court to the Supreme Court, an invaluable resource for practitioners and judges alike. She also authored 5 volumes of essays in Admiralty, published by Petrospot, UK, which today serve as a major reference for maritime law professionals across the Commonwealth. Her works are catalogued in the British Council Library, and her contributions to legal literature have positioned her as both a thought leader and a policy shaper. At various times, she has served as legal consultant to the House of Representatives Committee on Marine Transport, where she provided guidance on legislative reforms and oversight. Her consultancy role extended to the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, where she helped train the first cadre of cabotage enforcement officers, empowering them to understand and enforce local content laws within Nigerian waters. Through her work, Jean Anishere helped strengthen the operational backbone of the Cabotage Act, ensuring that Nigeria's maritime space benefits its citizens through participation, ownership, and capacity building. Chief Mrs. Anishere's legacy extends beyond the courtroom. As President of Women in Maritime, WIMA, Nigeria, and later Continental President of Women in Maritime Africa, she has championed the inclusion of women in the maritime value chain, from policy desks to the decks of ships. Under her leadership, WIMA Nigeria became an influential voice advocating for gender equity in the blue economy. She launched mentorship and training programs that opened doors for young women in seafaring, port management, logistics, and maritime law. At the continental level, as WIMAfrica president, she deepened collaboration among national chapters, emphasizing the role of women in climate-resilient shipping, digital transformation, and sustainable ocean governance. Her tenure brought visibility to African women at international forums, including the International Maritime Organization (IMO), amplifying the message that gender inclusion is key to a thriving maritime future. In 2024, Jean Anishere's global stature was once again affirmed when she was appointed a court member at the International Chamber of Commerce (ICC) International Court of Arbitration, one of the world's most respected arbitration bodies. It was a recognition of her credibility as an impartial jurist and her vast experience in maritime dispute resolution. The honors didn't stop there. In 2025, she was decorated as the Role Model Ambassador of the Face of Maritime International, FOMI, an award celebrating her advocacy for young women, especially through initiatives like Girls Go to Sea. That same year, she received the Progressive Leadership Award from Tanzania's PAWS and was recognized among the top 3 African women in law by South Africa's Was a Platform. Closer to home, the people of Ebodi Land in Osun State bestowed upon her the chieftaincy title of Yeyataiz of Ebodi Land, a mark of honor reflecting her commitment to empowerment, justice, and community development. Never one to rest on her laurels, Jean Anishere continues to advocate for robust policy frameworks that will future-proof Africa's maritime economy. She has repeatedly called on the Nigerian government to sign the long-awaited National Transport Policy Bill into law, stressing its importance in harmonizing regulatory structures, boosting investor confidence, and fostering sustainable maritime development. Her insistence on strong legal frameworks is not just theoretical, it's the bedrock of her belief that a nation's maritime sector can only thrive when guided by laws that protect, empower, and innovate. While her resume glitters with global titles and national accolades, what endears Chief Jean Anishere most to her colleagues in MENS is her humanity. She is known for her open mentorship, always ready to advise, encourage, and connect emerging professionals, especially women. Her leadership combines intellect with empathy, authority with accessibility. Whether addressing the International Maritime Law Conference or mentoring interns at her Lagos chambers, she embodies a rare blend of regal confidence and maternal warmth. It's no surprise that within ANLCA, MON, and WIMA circles, she is fondly referred to as the Maritime Amazon. As Africa accelerates toward a blue economy future, from port digitization to ocean sustainability, Chief Mrs. Jean Kaiser Anishere, SAN, remains one of its strongest navigators. Her life's work demonstrates that the law is not just a tool of justice, but a vessel for transformation. At every turn, she has proven that leadership is not about holding titles, it's about building bridges, inspiring others, and leaving institutions stronger than you met them. And so, in the ever-expanding ocean of the African maritime sector, Jean Anishere sails on, unshaken, unrelenting, and unforgettable.